All right, yeah, good. All right, hey, shalom, 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 shalom. All right, we the brothers here from the Great Millstone, Atlanta Camp. All right, before we get started, of course, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. All right, double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, and peace, salutations, much love to the elect of Israel, who scattered around the four corners of the earth, giving our diligence to make the calling and election sure. All right, shalom to you and your families. Okay, in this lesson, we're going to be speaking about how, eventually, this devil is going to have to deal with the power of the faith. Now this is in the midst of, this whole New Jersey Black Hebrew Israelite situation that's taking place. And as we all can see, the accuser is establishing, his point of view. He's establishing his narrative that he wants to feed to the public eye. All right. And he wants to introduce this Hebrew Israelite, this nation, okay, into the face of the public as an extreme terrorist group. That's why the initial introduction was what? Was the whole MAGA situation at Capitol Hill. You sent the world out. What the world? What's going on out here, man? Now the next stage after the introduction is to create what? A violent situation, which that's what he did. But eventually this is all smoke and mirror, because eventually these devils know that they got to deal with the power of the faith of the elect, and that they're very intimidated and frightened by that power. Okay, so they want to create a introduction to our faith as being extreme and dangerous, when really Yahweh Shai sent us forth as sheep. Okay, that's right. We're here to preach what? Repentance, preach salvation, prophesy to the nations of their downfall. Okay, we're not on a mission to be violent. That's not our motive. Right. Okay, that's not what pushes us. What pushes us is salvation. Okay, that's the premise of the message. But Esau wants to introduce it as the adverse of what we're really doing, and it's not going to work. It's a smoke screen. Okay, it's just a big smoke screen. Because the real threat, the real problem to this power structure of America is the faith of the 144,000 who Yahweh Shai. They're not worried about people that's laden in leather with shield with 6-point star shields of David, studs and what they call them, the armbands and headbands and big Ozark Trail black boots and staffs. Right, and staffs. Esau is not intimidated by that. He's not threatened by that. Neither does he fear that. He fears the power that comes with the belief of what we're preaching. Okay, so let's get that Matthew 10, and then brothers, we just grab precepts. Matthew 10 and 16 about the shot. What it has.
It's Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Right. So as this is a scripture that's very well quoted throughout Great Millstone predominantly. We really quote this scripture off the top of our head. So we really live by that. We really carry ourselves as sheep. We speak to people. Hey, to be honest, we some of the most likable people out here, man.
Yeah. Right.
Because the Lord sent us forth as sheep. Yeah. We ain't out here trying to start fights and possessing guns and weapons and all extra extreme with what we believe in. We simple plain men, just as Yahushua was. The threat that was posed with Yahushua was when he was doing the miracles. That's when people got offended, man. Yeah. That's when people had enough, when they saw the power of the belief. Because it's a threat. It's a threat. Okay? And that's what they're afraid of. Okay? Continue on, bro.
Verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my name's sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
Absolutely. So the Lord is, you devils, you Edomites really think that you're doing something. It's really Yahweh Bashim Shai sending Satan to make you do it. That's what's happening. You're not doing anything outside of the storyline. Okay? The Lord is going to actually make you deal with the faith. Because that's the last thing you want to deal with. When it comes down to what we really truly believe in, the essence of why we're on the highways and byways, you do not want to deal with that. That's right. Because you're convicted. Yep. You're guilty. Yep. So you want to deal with the appearance of it. The threat that it could possibly pose. You know?
Like on the Minority Report with Tom Cruise, the pre-crime, they had the division of pre-crime, basically where they went in and they was saying, well, we got arrested for something that you're gonna do, or what you could do. And that's basically, how Esau's system works now. They make, these other Israelite groups, and we can name names. You make your posts on Facebook, you show your guns, you show your weapons, you do these gimmick videos out there, these antics out there, and you put it out there to the public. And you're thinking that Esau's not going to use that and this narrative to make you look like the bad guy.
Exactly.
So this is why we have to really, like the brother read, we have to adhere to these wise words from Yahweh Shai about being a sheep. Okay? Sheep don't really attack you.
That's right.
Sheep aren't the aggressors, and not, I've never seen a gang of sheep, a gang of sheep running around, just attacking farmers and pastors in the pasture somewhere,
You see goats, maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Sheep.
Biting kids with sheep? No. Okay? But then he said, be harmless as doves. Okay? All right? Okay, doves cry.
Yeah. And
the prince.
Yeah, and guess what? A dove is a universal symbol of peace.
That's right.
If you watch that movie, was it Home Alone? Home Alone, the guy, Kevin McAllister made a pact, a peace bond with the pigeon.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And they both gave each other the doves.
The
turtle doves. So because it's a universal symbol of peace, man. And it's white, pure. And it's pure, and it can be used as a sacrifice. So the Lord said, be harmless as a dove. What do you see? When you see a dove, chasing people, right. Pecking people and stuff like that. That's how the Lord sent us, as a dove, So we come into a style of seeking out the peace of Yahweh Shai. And we understand that the peace of Yahweh Shai can only be achieved through the taking down of the wicked, the violent one, man.
That's right.
That's the only way. But this devil want to make it seem like we're the violent ones.
Right.
Because of 2 people shot 3 people. Now all of a sudden, oh, you're the bad guy to earth. When you have just utterly obliterated every form of life.
Right. They allegedly killed 3 people, but you killed over 100 million people on this land just from really, I want to say, one tribe alone.
Yeah, that's right.
Just in Native Americans, which are the tribe of Gad.
Yep.
Let alone, tribe of Reuben, tribe of Issachar, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and what you did in South America. But no, these are terrorists. Okay? No, see, Esau, you're pushing this narrative so you can have a reason, which you always do.
Yeah.
You use the same tactics over and over again. All right? To create your narrative, to give you a reason to get the public behind you, for you to enact some draconian rule or legislation.
Yep.
Let me add something real quick.
Going
to build on that point of brothers going into bishop and the priest going to how basically Lord commanded us to be a sheep, man, and a sheep is a non-threatening creature. This is on 1 Timothy 2. 1 point is in verse 2. It says, I exhort, therefore, that first of all, supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men. This is for kings and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. You know, and that's we following that example, man. You know, brothers not out, like you said, beating people up and committing crimes and you know, just you know, being a neighborhood bully, beating people. Hey, we lead a peaceable and honest life, man.
Right. Hey, you know? Well, our laws speak against doing that.
Exactly.
Okay. Our laws speak against that, and when you go into the New Testament, all right, the different commands from Yahweh Shai to the apostles, you know, we're telling us about not being a brawler.
That's
okay. Right. You know, not being you know, reveling and out there, you know, with the rioters, drunkards, and doing this, you know, living that lifestyle that these jakes out here in the world live. No, we're to live a life of, let's get this says, study to be quiet, man. You know, working with your own hands.
Right.
So we live a simple, you know, a simple life and stay out the way. Okay.
That's how you know it's a clear cut setup, man.
Yeah.
You know, Esau wanted to put everybody and lump everybody into one room so he could come down on our nation again, man. That's because he wants to accuse us of being a threat to his establishment. And the only way that he can accuse us is by what? By if we doing things that's off to Yahweh by Shema Shai. That's the only way he can accuse us. Because who is he going to accuse us to?
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's what he's trying to do. And a lot of you guys, you're going to fall under that sword, man, because you're not doing the will of the Creator, man.
Right.
But those that are doing the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai, which is the elect, Esau is going to have to deal with the faith within them. Not the you know, the physical threat that they pose, but the spiritual threat that they pose through their belief. Brothers have actual access to heavenly powers. Brothers have access to angels. Brothers have access to miracles, signs, and wonders. And Esau does not, and he has never known how to deal with the faith of the elect.
That's right.
That's always been his biggest threat in existence, was the belief of the elect. Okay, and that's what this is all leading up to. He's not Esau. Esau, the devil is not worried about you know these guys that claim to want to go to war with him.
Right.
He invite that type of energy.
Right.
He wants his real threat, his real problem, his real issue that he has is the belief of the 144,000. That belief manifesting in his kingdom. That's his threat. Okay, that's what he wants to stop. Everything else is a gateway that's trying that he wants to lead to that. That's why he got that chip.
Yeah, right.
That microchip that he's going to push. He knows that majority of the people are going to take it. His main goal is to try to get the elect chip.
Right.
That's what he wants to do with it. He already counted everybody else to take that chip. He knows it through data, all right, through compiling information and seeing, how many people, have gone strictly digital. Some people don't carry cash. How many people open their phones with fingerprint scans? How many people open their phones through digital face recognition?
How many people are gullible, to believe whatever the hell I say?
Are they willing?
Are they willing to propaganda?
Are they willing to get vaccine?
Right.
That's amazing.
Yep, these are all the information that Esau is compiling to pretty much verify who's going to take the chip and who's not.
Right.
His main worries on who's going to take that chip, he wants to get the elect chip. Everybody else, he don't give a damn. His issue, and he knows that we talking about the elite. He knows that his issue is the faith of the Israelite elite. He gets that, and that's what he wants to stop. But he knows he can't come directly at it because it's too powerful.
He's trying to deceive us.
Too potent. He got to go around it. He got to use these other Israelites as a ladder to get to the real men. Okay, should we answer?
Yeah, correct.
I have to do a small screen too.
Oh, got it.
Okay, this is and this thing. See, the scriptures tell us about how this man thinks and how he's going to try to deceive the elect and what he wants to do to us. Okay? Now this is the Wisdom of Solomon 2:12. It says, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous. And that's what he's been doing. He's been lying in wait for us for years, letting us post these videos, putting his agents out here and there, scoffers here and there, and planting a man in this camp and this group here and there. Okay, he's been trying to get what he can get so he can execute this plan. So it says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, which we upbraid Esau all the time. It says, an objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. He professes to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he called himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us even to behold. So now it's to a point where him beholding all these Israelites waking up. Like maybe about a month ago, the video came out about there's over 1 million Israelites in America. Okay, which is I believe it's way more than that.
Oh,
you know. But see, that's the thing about it. Esau seeing this spiritual awakening through the scriptures of truth of who the Hebrew Israelites are, and it's grievous unto him. So it says, he is grievous unto us even to behold, but his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. And one of those ways of fashion is peace. Okay? If we don't get out here with these other jakes out here and you know, Snapchat and Instagram, for the most part, you know, you got your individuals, but for the most part, you know, the ones who left are sheep. You know, we don't live our lives out here just doing whatever. So it says, we are abstained of him as counterfeits. He abstained from our ways as from filthiness. So this is in the scriptures. So when you see things and information where they say, well, see, they say that they're the real Jews and they're anti-Semitic and anti-Jewish, that's already written in the scriptures already. We esteem you as counterfeits. It says, he pronounces the end of the just to be blessed and maketh this boast that the Most High is his Father. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of them. And that's where we're at right now. We're in the beginning of Esau trying to prove what's going to happen to us if he tries to destroy our faith and come at us. It says, for if the just be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. And that's what the bishop is going into about how Esau's real threat is the Most High coming to help us.
That's right.
Our faith. Because he's trying all his tactics. He's trying to deceive us. He's coming out here, you know, with these different propaganda tactics and these articles and these things to put us in a bad light. But this is what he's doing. He's saying, well, if the Most High is his Father, if he's the power of these people of the just, then he's gonna help them.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. And it's always been there. It's always been there. You know. Hey, the disciples wasn't a threat until what? Until when? They began to do what? Powerful things in the name. Before that, if they had the same power, they would have got grabbed up with Yahushua. But because they didn't tap into that power through the faith yet, the Romans just let them be.
Right. Right.
They didn't gather all of them up and crucify them together.
It's like the shepherd and the sheep
are scattered. So but when the apostles got their power on the Pentecost, that was when they began to get buffeted, stoned, locked up. Because Esau hates the access of power through faith. He can't deal with it. He cannot fathom how did you raise the dead. He can't fathom how did you do that. And if he can't fathom it and he don't know how to attack it, he will look at it as a threat and he will come down.
Yeah.
And eventually that's where all the roads are leading to.
Yeah, because anything that Esau can't explain through science, or anything that he can't like conquer or tame, you know, he's threatened by it. You know, just like a lot of these, you know, undiscovered animals, anything that Esau can't conquer, you know, it's a threat. Just that's why he's you know, putting all types of millions of dollars in the Star Wars program. All right, it's because you know,
Space Force.
Space Force. It's because he knows that's not a battle he can win.
He's so-called insecure.
He's
insecure. Is just like an insecure ass woman. You know, it's like, why you so threatened by the chariots if you ain't do nothing wrong?
Right.
You know, exactly. How you know they're not your friends? You call them unidentified, right? You don't know who they are. So why are they a threat to you if you ain't doing nothing wrong?
Exactly.
Right.
Why was Jake in slavery singing to them?
Yep.
But you looking at them as a threat because you are guilty. You're insecure. It's just like an insecure woman. That's you. And you're going against every form of life because it could possibly pose a threat to you because you've done wrong.
Because he represents every form of death.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, a little bit more. So this is verse 19. It says, "Let us examine him with despitefulness," and that's what's going through now. That's why they send him vocab to these camps, but he's part of their examination of the Hebrew Israelites. And torture, which they want to do, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. That's what our faith is supposed to be.
Absolutely.
You know, prepared at. You know, we got to have our patience and our faith up. But Esau's going to try to torture and get us, right? But it says, let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. And they don't want that respect to come, because respect comes with martyrs. That's why they really don't come to us, because they know if they come to us on the physical level, a lot of times we die in this faith for this faith.
Yep.
And you know how that works. You know, we got heroes that die in the back. Esau knows it. Esau give certain posthumous soldiers deaths. You know, they give them the purple hearts. You know, he don't want us to give them spiritual purple hearts. It says, "For by his own saying he shall be respected." Right? And it says, "Such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness hath blinded them. As for the mysteries of the Most High, they knew them not." You don't get this thing. You don't really understand what you're trying to fight against.
Right.
It says, "Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. For the Most High created man, the Israelite man, to be immortal, and made him to be an image of his own eternity." So you don't understand the mystery that the Heavenly Father is going to have the Israelites be eternal over you. So you're trying whatever tactic, whatever tool, whatever trick that you can pull out of your hat to try to get the war against us. But like the scripture just said, by their own saying, they should be respected. Okay, this thing is going to turn against you the same way it turned against Haman.
And he's starting to see that. He's starting to see that every tactic or every opposition that he's put in the way of the Israelites has fucking failed. Slavery failed. You didn't kill them all. Genetically modified foods. Niggas thriving off that shit. Niggas eat noodles and Kool-Aid and be goddamn 350 pounds soaking wet.
McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Niggas eating McDonald's. You put the guns in the neighborhood. You know, niggas, you know, still living. You tried to turn the black woman against Jake. You know,
Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, Planned Parenthood, arrest. You know, AIDS. You tried everything that you could think of, and you're still starting to see that it failed. So what makes you think in your right mind that you creating a narrative of presenting the faith of the elect as terrorism? What makes you think that that's going to work? Nothing that you do against Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to work. Okay? Go ahead.
It's Psalm 33:10. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. And that word devices in my Bible says plans, man. So whatever plans you said, the heathen, Esau, you know, slavery or whatever, you know, try to pin as terrorists, all right, whatever plans you got, you know, so-called in the works, it's gonna fail, man. Yeah. Like you said, anything coming against Yahweh Shem Yahushua in his ministry, man, it's gonna fail every single time, man. And the Lord got the movie written that way, man.
That's right.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was the same way with Yahushua.
Yep.
When Yahushua was, you know, cutting up the Pharisees, they was getting cut so bad that they couldn't say nothing. So then they had to what? They had to try to take it up a notch. When Yahushua started to heal, here they go, spying. So it's lawful to heal on the Sabbath. You know, getting their panties in the butt, trying to find a way to attack the faith. You know, what you say, bro?
No, I said the good thing. You know, on the Sabbath, that's supposed to be working. So, you know, you working miracles, you out here.
Yeah, right.
How should I put out that parallel about basically if one of your sheep,
Yep.
you know, not sheep,
Exactly.
fall on the Sabbath, are you not gonna go and get that sheep? You know, the 100 sheep.
Yep.
You know, so he said, therefore, it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath.
Yep.
Because
Let me just get it. I
we
get it.
describe the prayers we get.
This is Matthew chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, and behold, there was a man which had his hand withered, and they asked him, saying, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath days? And that they might accuse him.
Right.
The whole premise, the reason why they asked him that was not to get edification. Right. It wasn't to get edified on them if they could heal. It was to accuse Yahushua. And why did they want to accuse Yahushua? Because he had power through faith. And they didn't know how to deal with it. Even you niggas. Yep. Okay? Verse 11. It says, and he said unto them, what man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep? And if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out?
Right.
How much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath. Then said he to the man, stretch forth thine hand. So he cut them up. Then looked at the man and said, now stretch forth your hand, man. Like I'm gonna do it in your face. You know, he cut them up, he broke it down, then said, now stretch forth your hand. You know, it says, and he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole, like as the other. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, how they might destroy him.
And that's where, and you know, we're talking about Esau, but a lot of you Israelites, okay, y'all have these plots and plans and schemes and you know, these sit downs and gatherings on how you want to, you know, because all you do is you scoff, you scorn. I'm talking about you come against great millstone, you know, and the thing about it is, you know, it's just a matter of time before the Lord shows you who has the power, who's going to have the power. Okay, now does that mean that there's other men out there amongst that's not going to have power? In you know, I mean the Lord knows, but things are going to work on them in the spirit to see what the whole truth is. Because you got wicked Israelites, you got wicked Edomites. Now back to Esau. Esau, man, look, you're trying to fight against something, and like I just read in the Apocrypha, you don't understand the mysteries of. Okay, there's a spirit. You can't see spirits. Okay, no matter how many demons you summon, you know you can't see them unless you summon them. Okay, unless they actually want to appear to you. All right, you can't see how the spirit is moving, man. You don't understand the whole story. The Lord gave you one particular perspective of the story. And he's giving us the whole story. He's giving us the script. You don't have the script. You can read the script, but you don't have the script. You don't understand how to really, you know, keep the script on point. You know, I don't know if anybody got a preach. I want to do something real quick.
You had something, Mark?
I got something real quick. You want to bring yours up first?
Yeah. Just real quick. I want to just point. This is Acts 5:38. It says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. All right. So if this truth that we have is just a thing of men, and we're wrong in what we're saying, then why is it a problem? The brothers always say, why is it a problem if we say you're Edomites and you say you're not? And you, it shouldn't be an issue. There shouldn't be an anti-Semitism rhetoric going on right now.
Right.
Oh, they're anti-Semites, you know. That shouldn't be a part of your aim of to come at us, okay? Among other things, okay? Because if this thing be, man, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's not an issue. It's not a threat. All right? Like what the brother said, you feel threatened because you are insecure in the spirit.
Yep.
All right? I got one more. It says, but if it be of the Most High, if it be of power,
that's right.
Ye cannot overthrow it. If it be of power, you cannot overthrow it.
Right.
But you know what? You like to test, man. You want to test y'all about you on the side, and you want to test his men.
Yep. And the Lord, and if I can say something real quick, the Lord is reserving that power so you won't know how to approach it. That's why he ain't fully shown it yet. He's keeping it a mystery. And he's gonna wait for you to attack it. So you can find out for yourself.
Yeah. So it says, but if it be of the Most High power, if it be of power, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the power, the Most High. All right, Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, so you know, hey, what it says, you know, test your might, man. You know, test your might. See, you know. It's going to be that unstoppable force meeting the movable object, man. Okay, because right now Esau seems that he's unstoppable.
Yep.
But he's going to meet this immovable object with this truth, which is founded on purity, and you're going to crumble, man.
Crumble.
Okay.
Just like a crash test. There's an unstoppable force. And that immovable obstacle.
Because absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's right. That's what's coming, man.
That's right, bro.
Yeah, I got some. Going into Yahweh Shai, basically the forces, two elite forces going to battle. All right, which the supreme force is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, 2nd Ezra 13, and I'll start at 4. I started 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. So just like we're going into, these devils, they're gonna tremble at the sight of the Lord. You know, they right now they think they're all big and bad, and, you know, bold, and you know, they basically got that pride. But when the true power of the Lord is revealed and his presence is made known, all right, that's going to shake everyone up, man. You know, no matter who you are, no matter what kind of technology or you know, shit you think you got. Verse 4, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. Yeah, so basically, Yahweh Shai, this battle is really between Yahweh Shai and you know, the elites, you know, and you know, of course, us under Yahweh Shai. But basically, you have two elite forces, like Brother Tazaiwan just brought out, that are going to come to a head. That's what it's all about. No, the race wars, the you know, the wicked niggas that got to be put to death. They're you know, they're not the main. They're not a part of it. They're not the main characters. That's right. You know, the main part of the story is Yahweh Shai going toe to toe with his enemies, man. You know, Jacob and Esau,
and the elite of Jacob and Esau. See, a lot of you guys are you really just the pawns against the pawns. You guys that came at them so-called Hebrew Israelites, y'all just pawns and pawns. Yeah, y'all are being used. They're being used.
Yeah. people on Twitter.
You're insignificant. The elite put you up to this, man. He set y'all up. He set y'all up. You know, that's just the real spill, man.
The Lord set y'all up to get marked.
That's really the truth. That's really the truth. Is Yahweh Bashim Shai's chessboard.
Yep.
You know, and the Lord setting up both sides, man. But one side is already set up to win, and that's the elect.
The game is rigged.
It's rigged. It's rigged. Hey, brother, seeing what happened today, and our faith was increased.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our faith was increased not because it was an attack. We don't give a damn about no attack. Our faith was increased because we've been prophesying this all year and before.
Yeah.
We've been saying this.
It's part of the narrative.
This was written. It was already written, and it's happening. That's what increased our faith. That's what you got to deal with. You know, exactly what you got to deal with. And I got something real quick. You know, that I want to just throw in real quick. You know, because the Lord gave us a particular spirit, and that He's given us the spirit to tap into that. This is 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Okay, that's the spirit that the Lord gave us. The spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. Sound meaning healthy, whole. Okay, fit. The Lord gave us a healthy mind to be able to discern these prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
So when we see microchip, you know, news and different articles on the microchip, we get excited.
Yeah.
We don't get scared.
That
chip coming, bro. Bro, that chip coming. Right. No, we be like, oh, see, more news on the chip. Let's do a video. It's going down, man. See, it excites us because these prophecies are coming to pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's the faith.
Yep.
That is the actual faith.
Power.
That's what gives the power to the elect, the faith, and that is what has been defeating you Edomites since the beginning.
Right.
That's what defeated the serpent.
Mm-hmm.
The faith of Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the serpent was officially defeated. The faith of Yahweh Shai when he went up on the cross. That was when that whole deception of the serpent and Eve was destroyed.
Yep. Is it old death where is that sting?
Yep. Because of his faith.
Yep.
He knew it. Yahweh Shai knew he had to do it. And that was his way of correcting himself from the garden.
Yep.
And Yahweh Shai is the only one that corrected himself in that whole ordeal.
Yep.
And it wasn't even his fault. But he's the only one in that situation that corrected himself unto this day.
Mm-hmm. Eve
and the serpent, you have yet to pay.
That's right.
For your bullshit in that garden. And you're acting a fool right now.
That's right. Eve, you ain't off the hook.
That's right. Yep.
All right. Well,
the serpent about to bite your ass, man.
Eve was the beginning of sin.
Yep. The serpent is about to bite your ass, man.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the original point, you know, I know I kind of swerved a little bit, but the point is that power of faith that was in Yahweh Shai to make that situation right is in the elect. That same power. And we in the spirit of making it right with our power so we can tap into that faith to destroy this place.
Right. And that's the power of accountability. That's what leads you to repent. We hold ourselves accountable for our sins the way that our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai held himself accountable. All right. And he made himself a sacrifice as we make ourselves a living sacrifice.
Right.
Okay? In the same way that the Heavenly Father raised him up, that's the same way the Heavenly Father is going to give us power. And we're going to be raised up.
Yep.
Esau, you can't fight against that. You can't scoff against that. Okay? And this is something that we've been waiting for lifetimes, man. Mm-hmm. And now we're at this moment, man.
That's right.
Okay? You know, we're coming to the end game. You know? We're coming to the climax. We're coming to the battle. We're gathering our troops. Esau's gathering his troops, and things are moving according to the words of the Most High. And there's no going backwards now. Okay? And the quickest way to anywhere is a straight line, so we got to go straight through it. Man.
Yep.
Okay? But it's going to take our faith. Like what Bishop was saying, it's going to take our faith to get us there. Mm-hmm. That's our God. Man.
Yep.
Okay.
I got a little bit more. It says, be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me his prisoner. And you guys like Sakari, you ashamed of Paul's writings.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how to break down Paul's writings.
Right.
So you get tripped up, and then because of your lack of understanding, you sit up there and say that Paul was going off. Paul wasn't going off. Right. Paul was writing to the churches on how to deal with situations when the Gentiles was being grafted into the church, man.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's what Paul was basically writing about, man. Because Paul was the apostle of what? The Gentiles.
That's right. So that was his measure.
Yeah. So of course there were different styles of living from the circumcision and the uncircumcision, and they were trying to merge as one church, as one body. So Paul was giving advice on how to deal with different upbringings. Yep. How to deal with the circumcision, how the circumcision must deal with the uncircumcision, and how the uncircumcision must deal with the circumcision.
And why they say he made himself like
all things
men,
unto all
things unto all men.
Because he understood
to gain some.
That's bro.
It's simple.
But see, that's what it says right there. It says, "Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me his prisoner." Paul was saying, listen, I'm a prisoner. Don't be ashamed at what I write. Okay? Don't be ashamed of the testimony that I've acquired. I've earned the right to speak these things through his persecutions and sufferings. Okay? Continuing on, it says, "But be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of the Most High." Okay? Meaning, hey, listen, don't be ashamed of it. Partake in it. If you got to suffer persecution, slander, betrayal, partake of it so that you can see the power of the Most High.
Right.
Because that's the only way you're going to tap into it.
Right.
Through sufferings.
That's right.
Because that's the only way to Yahweh Shai, the straight gate. So if you're ashamed of it, you're not going to want to suffer for anything.
Right.
And if you don't want to suffer, you're not going to see the power.
Right.
You know, you ain't going to see the power.
How are you going to help who don't need help? Because what you're saying, you don't need help. But by you partaking in the sufferings and the affliction, you're saying, look, Lord, I need help. Help me.
Yep.
That gives the Lord an opportunity to show his power through you by raising you up.
That's
the
right.
Lord said it's an easy thing. Okay, it's an easy thing for him to do that. It's good to say that he told Isaiah that. He told Isaiah, once I told Isaiah in the spirit, he said, it is an easy thing to use you to raise up the tribes of Israel. It's an easy thing, you know, but you got to give the Lord the opportunity to do that. That's why you got to turn back and repent and get yourselves right, because Esau's going to come, and by you in your mind state thinking that you can do certain things, it's going to backfire on you, you know, because that's not where your blessing or your power lies. Your power lies in needing help.
That's right.
Right.
That's faith.
You know,
that's what makes
it
happen.
Right.
I was going to say humility because, like the brother's basically going into, if you don't think you need help, then that's pride.
Yeah.
You know, you basically, you know, like we always say, if you got it figured out, then you would be delivered by that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You wouldn't need a deliverer.
I got you had something?
Nah,
I got one real quick. This is 1 Peter chapter 5. And I'm gonna start at verse 7. Well, we start at verse 6. It says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that He may exalt you in due time." And the Lord is going to exalt the humble. All right, which is who? The elect. All right, that's being clothed in that humility. The Lord is going to exalt them through what? Power. Okay, and you know, hey, this is the spirit that I'm in, but hey, man, we should all be in the spirit of pushing that power, man. Because just as we push that chip, just as we push martial law, just as we push that famine and the race wars and 2/3 being dropped, the power got to come too. So we should be in the spirit of pushing that power because we close, man. All right, there's things that must come into play through just pure power of belief, man. Okay. We believe High Priest Ariel is gonna come out of that, but we gotta push it. You gotta push that. The only way that's power.
You gotta talk about it.
You gotta speak it. That's what makes us the prophets. Did not Yahweh consistently speak about power?
Yeah, he did.
Always.
He did.
He was always doing miracles, always healing. He was always doing these things and pushing these things because he understood the necessity of it. Okay? You cannot establish a kingdom without it. Okay? No kingdom was ever established without power. None. All kingdoms were established through power.
That's right.
So how is this kingdom of Israel going to be established? Through straight up power. Okay? Straight up power. Domination globally. That's power.
That's Daniel 7:18.
Yep. We'll continue on. It says, verse 8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And these are all the different tactics and the different propaganda that the so-called white man is presenting, to throw you off. Okay? Whether it's individually or whether it's collectively as far as attacking your faith. Okay? Because he understands how to attack it, but he don't understand how to overcome it.
That's right.
That's the thing. Esau knows how to attack your faith, but he don't know how to overcome it if it's strong.
Right.
So that's why we got to be in that mindset of being vigilant and sober.
That's where we had the advantage, because he don't know.
He don't know.
He don't know. So basically, it's limitless.
Yep.
We have a limitless access to power that he doesn't understand. And that's where his fear lies. But hey, fear is like scripture says, is nothing but it keeps you from reality and the truth. So we can overcome Esau through our faith in our power, and we can use his fears against him.
Yep. Because Esau has fear.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. But he tries not to show it. He tries to create this mantra, the land of the free and the home of the brave. You niggas are not brave.
Right.
When it come down to standing face to face with the power, you gonna tremble. You gonna tremble, man. You gonna bow.
Yep.
You gonna be broken down because we know what you're scared of. You're scared of the Father. That's why you're creating a whole system centered around battling him, because you're scared. Instead of being obedient, you got in too deep. You done got in way too deep. Now the only way around is you gotta fight. And you scared. You seeing these chariots in your military. You seeing these sea creatures and monsters.
Oh yeah.
You seeing your kingdom crumble. You seeing the post of these low-level Edomites bugging out. You see it.
Yep.
You monitor the post of your nation.
Oh yeah.
You see all these barbecue Becky's and they see it.
Truth spread.
They ain't just up in the on the top floor, just in oblivion, just drinking blood and eating booty.
Right.
Charred booty.
You don't know what the hell going on.
or medium rare. Medium rare back.
Sacrificing people. Now you know.
Yeah, they know. They see that their kingdom crumble. They see it and they're scared.
Yep.
So now they must attack what? They must attack any form of power that poses a threat against this kingdom.
Yep.
That's why they got to come at the truth. But you're going to run right into the faith of the elect, and you won't know how to overcome it, because it's going to be way stronger than what you've ever seen.
Right.
And you had problems with just the faith of one man.
Right.
And that's how it was shot. You ain't know what to do with one man. So what the hell you going to do with 144,000 of them?
Your forefather had a problem with one man too.
Yep.
Haman had an issue with Mordecai.
Yeah.
See, as soon as Mordecai didn't bow, no. I gotta go tell the king about this.
Yep.
And it backfired on him. And he hung his ass from the gallows.
Yep.
So what do you think is gonna happen to you?
That's right. When you got 144,000
men that ain't bound to.
Yep. What you gonna do with all that power that's gonna be circulating through them as a well-oiled machine?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
This is why the Lord has given us the instruction manual on how to deal with the physicality of you. We understand how to deal with the physicality of you devils. It's called wisdom. Okay? That's how we deal with it. Through wisdom. The same way Yahushua dealt with you.
Yep.
That's why he told Peter, he that live by the sword shall die by the sword. You know, he understood how to deal with the physicality of it. Okay? Go ahead, Al.
Oh, it's Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Yeah, so basically, Bishop Atazwan made a heavy point that the way that we combat Esau's physicality is through wisdom. It says, "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time." So when Esau, because we know that part of the prophecy is martial law and Esau coming down with a great host, But guess what? The ultimate thing that we have to trump, the wisdom trumps everything. Wisdom and faith in Yahweh Shem Shai trumps anything and everything that you can possibly fathom to come up against the elect. And that's the whole gist of this lesson. And that's why we're pushing this out there, all right, for brothers to really tap in. And hey, at the end of the day, like Apostle Har always says, there's no reason to Esau should be afraid. We shouldn't be afraid.
Yep. Because Scripture say perfect love casteth out what? All fear. So if you really got your mind wired tight into this word, anything that comes to you, your first instinct is gonna believe that you're gonna get out of it instead of believing that you're gonna be a victim of it.
That's right.
That's why a lot of Jake go into the courtrooms and they do what? They snitch. They just give up, all kind of names because they don't have no faith in it. All right, but what keeps you grounded is the faith. It casts out that fear, man. You don't be worried about it. And I know the Lord, man. The Lord will come through for me, man. If I keep the faith. I know that there's a blessing or a reward on the other end, man. Yeah. And that's what Esau, that's like what Tazawan was saying. That's what he don't want. All right, he don't want nobody dying for what they believe in.
Right.
It gives it power.
Yep.
It gives it hella power.
So nobody always right now.
Hey, because if Yahushua didn't die for it, then we wouldn't have died for it.
Right.
But because Yahushua died for it, hey, we willing to put our life on it. That's why we on the highways of Bible. Right. All right. We put our life on the line for it because we understand that the most perfect man died for it. So why not us? Why not follow those footsteps and live? And that is what this diabolical, cynical nation does not want to deal with. Life. Right. The pure essence of it. And the pure essence of life is faith.
Right.
That's right. That's the pure essence of life. It's faith. You gotta believe in it. Just how a lot of people was being healed. Because they believed in it. Yep. That's what gave them life. If you don't believe in it, it won't happen to you. The pure essence of life is faith because it's given to you by the source of it. Yahushua. That's the pure essence of it. You gotta believe it. Just how brothers make a tincture. You gotta believe it's gonna heal you. You gotta believe in that's faith. That's a form of life. And that is what you don't want to deal with because that's the purest form of it. And he's attacked everything else. Yeah. He's attacked water. He's attacked air. He's attacked food. He's attacked information.
The mind, the spirit.
Yep. He's attacked the family structure, which gives you the hell of life. Right. And if you have a wholesome family, you be stress free. Yeah. He's attacked every form of life except faith because he don't know how to infiltrate it. It's too pure. It's way too pure for him to infiltrate it.
Not concrete.
It's not concrete. He can't grab it and put it in the lab and test it, heat it up, and cool it down.
Create poison and an antibody and the antidote. Right. You can't do that, man.
Yep. The only thing his only attack against faith is deception. Yep. That's right. And that shit is weak when you know. Yeah. When you know it's weak. You know, when you know the faith, when you know the words, when you know the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, deception is weak because you got light. That's what he's scared of.
Yep.
The truth.
Yep.
That's why he got to deal with the power of this thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can paint as many pictures of terrorism as you want to. You're going to have to come face to face with the faith, with the power. You're going to have to come face to face with the belief of the sincere men.
That's right.
And you will not know how to react to it because you don't know what comes from it.
And I got to quote this famous scripture, all right, that no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Okay? So Esau's going, Esau's been coming with every weapon. He's, his latest weapon is this attack, but that's not going to prosper. Okay? That's not going to prosper. Now, you got other people that may fall, they may fold, and they may clam up. But like the brother said, the sincere men, the elect, they're going to persevere.
That's right.
Okay? And you really don't understand the perseverance. I'm going to say you don't understand the perseverance of the nation of Israel. That's why you try to study our bodies, to study our brains, to try to study our DNA. You don't understand. We are a very resilient and persevering people.
We hardwired like that.
That's right. And go all the way back to the ancient Egypt. Okay? The more they afflict them, the more the nation grew. The more you afflict us, that's the more power we gain, that's the more structure, that's the more endurance that we get, man. Because there's something in us, and it's called the Holy Spirit that Israel has.
Yep.
Okay, started with the elect. Now we have the Holy Spirit. That's what's, why? Because the Holy Spirit is what birthed the universe through the will of Yahweh.
That's right, bro.
And that's the spirit that we have. Because we were with him back then, birthing the universe. Okay? Esau, you can't deal with that.
Right.
Okay? You can't deal with that and you don't understand it. And that's what's going to have you in a quagmire. Got you in a quagmire now. Got you all folded up and doing
weird shit.
And over here creating chimeras of pigs and monkeys and you know what I'm saying? You are messed up and discombobulated in spirit. You don't know what you want to do. Okay?
Yep. One minute he got down hang glide, the next minute he got down surfing. Don't know what you want to do. Right. You just out here just doing shit, man. And it has to be put in subjection.
I got a scripture.
We get a few more and we'll wrap up.
And this is just quick prophecies here. This is Luke 21, now read 11. It says, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences." I did a video earlier over 60,000 earthquakes has rocked the planet Earth in the past year. 4,000 in the last month. So the words of Yahweh is coming to pass. Now it says, "And famines and pestilences," and we know about these diseases, bubonic plague. Okay, the flu is hitting people hard now. It says, "In fearful sights." Fearful sight, that's these attacks. People in fear of what's going on. Wars. It says, "In great signs shall there be from heaven." Now you got this last full moon, which is supposed to be reach its peak tonight, December 12th, 12/12 and 12/12 a.m. Okay, and 12 is a spiritual number, representing the 12 tribes of Israel. The Lord is going to change something. See, Esau's coming. See, and this is why that's so spiritual. I'm going to say this very briefly. And it does time with the lesson, because Esau's coming on the left-hand side, but it's trying to cut our channels off of YouTube, December 10th, December 11th, with this attack. But the Lord just gave us a sign, and He's giving us a sign in the heaven. And He's going to do something. And the number going into the number 12.
That's right.
Okay?
That's it.
Come on, man.
That's it.
Everything, whatever you think you're doing, being slick, Yahweh Shai, He got a bigger trump card waiting on you, man.
And how slick the slicks is.
And you can't swindle the slick. He's swindling you.
Yeah. Okay. Because Yahweh Shai said what? The deceived and the deceiver is.
That's right.
Meaning the Lord, As funny as it may sound, the Lord actually created deception.
Yeah. And we're
And
creating
use Satan to push it.
Mhm.
You know that. Hey,
I create
that,
light, I create darkness.
yeah, I create
Uh-huh.
good and evil.
Yep. So it says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you. And that's exactly what we're going now. That's why I read that verse before, but that's exactly what we're seeing now. And now we're starting to see the persecution. It's lining up. It says, delivering you up to the synagogues and in the prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And that's going to happen. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. So all we're doing is getting into our testimony mode, man. Okay? You coming against us, well, do it. Because that's going to turn to us for a testimony. As soon as you persecute us, try to deliver us, try to make us look bad, that's when us being as sheep, being as humble men, that leaves room for Yahweh Shai to magnify himself through us by us having a testimony that's going to make his glory known. It's going to make you look stupid.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right, bro. I got one precept real quick, if I may. This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence and shall keep thy foot from being taken. You know? So, hey, even though, you know, it's looking like, you know, they trying to put our back against the wall, they're on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're reacting to this truth overwhelmingly.
Yep.
By making it seem as if they have an advantage over us through media. Okay? No. We're presenting the truth. We're presenting the facts. What you're doing is a result of what we're doing.
That's
right.
Meaning the ball is in our court through the Holy Spirit.
That's right.
You're reacting to what we're doing.
Yep.
Okay? The power is in the elect.
Yep.
It's no longer in the beast.
No, the beast,
Okay.
The beast is done.
Yeah.
It's over.
The beast is being taken out of the way.
Kaputs.
It's like it's like that movie Sandlot.
Yeah.
Or the beast. Found out he wasn't so fierce alcohol.
Right.
Right.
You know? But the beast is being taken out of the way, and that gold that's being tried in the fire is being established and exalted in the face of the enemy. That's why the scriptures say, "Be not afraid of sudden fear." Okay,
right.
Because this is like the priest Isaiah one, the elder priest Isaiah one just said, this is a testimony against them. Yes, we have to go into uncharted territories. You'd have to do that if you were a messenger. You'd have to travel them uncharted lands to get to another kingdom just to bring a message. But is that message, you know, a message where you're responding to that kingdom? No, you're delivering a message from your kingdom, telling them what they need to do.
And the journey is what gives you experience.
Yep, you run into different terrain. You run into snow, rain. You run into robbers.
Yep.
You run into your horse might be hungry. Your might break down. You know, you might have to walk. You know, you may have to run into. You may run into good things. You know, people want to help you, give you food, give you meals. Okay, take you in, let you bathe. Okay, but all in all, you're delivering a message, and you have to go in certain places that's uncomfortable. But yet and still, that message has to be delivered. And that's where we at. We're in uncharted lands delivering the message. We may get delivered up into the courts and into the system and locked into prisons. Okay, but it's all for a testimony against them. We are being made blameless in the sight of the Lord. These devils ain't judging us no more. That's it. They judged us during that slavery period. Remember, they say we shall be nourished from the face of the serpent for times and half a time, which is 350 years. After that 350 years, the Lord breathed the breath of life back in us, and He became our judge. You devils no longer have that seat of judgment over the elect. They were adopted. When the Lord breathed that breath of life back into the elect through waking us up to this truth, we came under Him. But before that, the Lord gave you a particular time period to beat our ass and judge us. But right now, we're not going to be delivered up into the councils and the seats and the magistrates to be judged by you.
We did it already.
You on the hot seat. They on the hot seat.
Right, you on the hot seat.
That's right. Right. Yeah, but it's not time. It's time for you to answer the questions, man. You're not coming to ask the question, man. You the one that's guilty, man. Trip. You're the one that's guilty. Basically the spotlight is on you, man.
Right.
That's why he's bugging out.
It's like that movie, Captain Phillips with Tom Hanks, right? And the pirates got on the boat. And they took over the boat, and they looked at or even like Tom Hanks. And man, look at him. He said, "Look at me. I am the captain now."
Oh yeah,
Hey, we're the judge now.
Yep.
Okay, we're the judge now. All right, and you're on trial. We're the one presenting Exhibit A, Exhibit B. We're cross-examining you.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. With the book.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Put your hand on the book, Esau.
Yep.
We presented before you, and we're bringing out all your crimes according to the laws.
Yeah.
Going against the Most High. Scripture, let's go to say they further the affliction. Okay, whose judgment was not to drink the cup, but guess what? Now you gotta drink that cup.
That's right, bro.
Everything is flipping back right side up again.
There was one point in time where you cut on the news and you see Anderson Cooper, what's the guy, Glenn Beck, Tucker Carlson. Statistics show that 50% of black people are prone to committing a crime and being locked away. They've been pretty much putting our rap sheet out there, man.
Well, the whole opioid thing, what versus about crack, drugs, and oh my God, these thugs. Now it's oh my God, this opioid crisis, and these school shootings, and this mental awareness issue. This Me Too movement, and these Edomite women getting touched by these other Edomite men. Now you're in the spotlight.
Now all of a sudden, it's a problem to speak on white statistics.
Right.
It's a problem to speak on the thing that you do that's unbecoming and unseemly of a nation.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, well, that's racist. But you have all kind of statistics about blacks and Hispanics all on your platforms, man.
That's right.
Black people are, especially fucking what's this guy? Bill O'Reilly.
Oh yeah.
You going pineal gland first in the slavery. Not even head first. You want pineal gland first.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's right.
You a straight devil. All he thinks about doing is plastering negative images about us. But guess what? The Lord has a counteract to that, and that's the elect.
That's right.
We putting everything on air, man. Everything. We going back millenniums on your ass because you ain't never dealt for it. You can only go back with so far on Negroes because we dealt with what we did in the past. Right? You can only go so far back because we've paid for that. Far you can go back is damn near like crack epidemic, shit like that.
And that was your doing.
Yep.
That was you furthering the affliction.
Yep.
Okay. Black Wall Street. That was you bombing Tulsa, Oklahoma, and all that. That was you doing that.
They show you that on that new show, Watch Me.
And
you saw that? You saw that joint?
Oh, I gotta check it out.
Oh man.
Yeah. What was it about? It's about Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yep.
So you got to deal with those wicked acts, man. Horrendous acts. Okay. Judgment is coming. As Scripture says that the sins of Babylon reached unto heaven now.
Yeah.
Now the Most High got his ears and his eyes on you, as he always had. But now it's a lot more attentive. So now he's going to do a lot more things. Babylon's about to get judged. Because right now it's around the world, it's around the earth. It's it's in got stuff going on in the EU, got stuff going on in Asia and Africa, South America. That's going to hit right over here in the United States. Okay, Babylon the Great herself, that whore.
I will say because you mentioned you said the eyes, because that's crazy. Because Scripture say that Second Ezra maybe the 6th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, it said, Lord said, I will begin to make an inquisition upon them that dwell upon the earth. That's why you're seeing all those chariot sightings, man.
Yeah,
the Lord got the angels out. Hey, they witnesses, man. They writing down. Really? Okay, writing it down, taking it back to the Heavenly Father, man. Scripture say what the Lord, his eyes are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So all the wickedness that people starting with damn E. Diddy, everything that you accumulated over these years, doing all these atrocities. Oh, that's sitting before the Most High. Man. You got a stack of documents that'll just blow your mind, man.
Yep, and hadn't got one repentance.
That's right.
Hadn't got one cry of I'm sorry from the devil. Nope. Meanwhile, the elect is flooding the spirit world with I'm sorry.
That's right.
That's right. Forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what's happened? The Lord wiping away the transgressions.
Right, that's right.
You know? But you other nations, you got piles of shit you gotta pay. You double still gotta pay for polluting the temple.
Oh,
Yeah.
You still gotta pay for polluting the temple. That was over 2,000 years ago.
Shoot. Yeah, hey, you gotta pay for killing Abel.
Oh, God.
Hey, because you still a fugitive from all the way back then. You still a fugitive.
Yep.
Because the Lord said that they shall not, if we meant security, to put that mark on you so it wouldn't kill you. So you wouldn't be judged. Nah.
You still got the mark.
You still got that mark on you. But now the Lord gonna judge you.
Yep.
You still gotta get judged for killing Abel, man.
That's right.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and close it out. Yeah, so
I got a good one to close it out.
okay, come.
You got it.
We're gonna close it out on this precept.
Okay, so I'll read this first. And this is for the elect brothers out here. This is Ephesians 6:10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Mm-hmm. He's coming with his wiles, man. Wild, that's wild E. Mm-hmm. Coyote.
And the wiles mean the trickery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the deception.
Tricky E. Slicky E.
Chicken slicky.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. It's all your witchcraft, man. And we see right through it. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. You know? It says, stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. That's what we started on, being peaceful. Above all, taking the shield of faith, what we were talking about, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. You know? So what we're supposed to be doing is arming ourselves with this truth. Okay?
Yep.
Staying peaceable, staying in the faith, praying. Okay? Bringing about the gospel of peace, you know what I'm saying? Blessing. Okay? All right? Curse but bless. All right? Bless and curse, you know what I'm saying? Have the Lord come against your enemies, but tighten up the brotherhood. Okay? Tighten yourself up. Get your families together. All right? Do what we're supposed to do with righteousness, and therefore we'll be able to dodge them darts and the wiles that wild E is going to come with. Okay? You know? And like the scripture says, having done all, to stand. When we stand in faith in Yahweh on the side, he's going to hold us up. You know?
Yep.
Yes.
No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, this is 1 John 5:4. The priest spoke about our faith. That's what we ought to stand on these last days. And basically the demon of the lesson, that's what Esau is really afraid of. He wants to attack, man. This is 1 John 5:4. For whatsoever is born of the Most High overcometh the world. And this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. You see, so our faith is what's going to lead the elect to overcoming this world, man. You know, not by not by carnal means, man. Like what these other groups like to portray in their videos with the shooting ranges and all these different things, the real militant presence. That's not how we want to overcome this devil, man. All right, in this current world, we want to overcome it by our faith, through our belief.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Esau is trying to attack, even though he says is, put the small screen of being so-called terrorism and these guys are violent, they're a threat to. Nah, it's our faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. It's verse 5 it says, "Who is he that overcometh the world? But he that believeth that Yahushua is the Son of the Most High."
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's about, man. Believing that Yahushua is the Son of Yahweh, man, the son of the Most High. All right, and that's what Esau is deadly afraid of, man. And like you said, he don't know how to attack it, man, because the temple is spiritual, man. He was able to ransack and plunder the temple thousands of years ago. The nation was able to do that, but now you can't attack the temple. It's spiritual.
And I can add real quick. I'm gonna toss it right back to you. Another reason why he don't know how to attack it is because the left hand demon is in cahoots with Yahushua, and they're not giving it to him because they're in order.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not telling them how to overcome the faith because they're in order.
Mm-hmm.
And their order is not to overcome the faith.
That's right.
So that's why Esau don't know how to approach it, because the demons that's on him they can't do anything. They got a block on it.
Wow.
Good point.
Yeah, that's heavy. Yeah. So all spirits is subject to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He controlling both aspects, both realms. Man. Yeah, that was a point in that.
So with that, hey, Esau, I say this to brothers, because really, man, the true fight and the true focus is the Accuser. That's right. Hey, Esau got to deal with the power. Don't let them bait you into, this whole back and forth game. Preach the word. Teach the word, edify, bring out the truth, bring out facts, leave your emotions off it. Hey, we have the truth. We have the testimony. They need to be answering the questions.
That's right.
All right. They can't come and interrogate us. We got to interrogate them with the word. Okay.
That's right.
This is the book that we're using, through the spirit of Yahweh Shah to bring judgment into the world. This very book. So we have to read this book, and they got to answer the questions as to why they're not obedient to it. Okay? Because we have the truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah. Okay?
Right.
So with that, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Lord willing, that was edifying. We're gonna go ahead and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. All right, double honors once again to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, safety, much love to the elect men, women, and children. Until the next stream or lesson, we say shalom.
Shalom.